Welcome back to the fish room, and in today's video I'm going to talk more about this aquarium behind me. You could follow its journey in 5 separate videos. The playlist is available on my channel, but I'm going to go more into details about how this aquarium was made, what plants and fish I added, and did I have any issues with algae. Let's go. First, let's talk about the aquarium itself. Like with all my previous aquariums, the main idea behind this one was to go with something low maintenance and cheap. All the gravel that was used here was previously used in other aquarium. I just washed it and reused it. Same with the stones that were just cleaned and transferred from another aquarium, and the plants as well. So as I said, the main idea was to reuse as many things as possible and to keep the cost low. So maintenance and low cost is first when creating aquarium like this, and aesthetics and how the aquascape itself looks is second. This aquarium itself is not ugly. I mean, the aquascape, I tried to do something simple. I knew I will be adding gobies, so I just added a couple of stones, some easy plants like crypts and Anubias, and that helped me to keep the cost down. When I built this aquascape, I already knew that I will be adding gobies for a small group of 5 of them. You don't need a big aquarium, so this one with dimensions of 45 by 30 by 30 centimeters and the volume of 40 liters or 10 US gallons is perfect. The glass is Optiwhite, but if you want to save some money, you can always go with the float glass that is much cheaper. On the bottom I added used gravel that was just washed, but before adding the gravel, in the background where you see the crypts, I just added a couple of bags, mesh bags filled with used soil and a couple of root tubs to provide the nutrients for the crypts. When I added the soil was already used, and for something low maintenance and low light plants that crypts are, you don't actually really need a new soil. So just a couple of root tubs will do. The light you see above the aquarium is Chihiro's A2 series. It's one of the cheapest Chihiro's lights, and compared to the other more expensive versions of RGB lights, this one is let's say relatively cheap. I kept the light only at 2% brightness because for plants like crypts and Anubias that I had inside, there is no need to go with the highlight because the only thing you will have is a lot of algae. The filter on this aquarium is also a cheap Aquael mini filter, and for a small aquarium of only 40 liters it is more than enough. I bought it a couple of years ago, and when I added it to this aquarium it was already cycled. The price is also only 15 euros, so it's very cheap. The only thing is that I threw the cartridges that arrive with it. I added some filter floss, and on the filter intake tube I added a sponge. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I wanted to go with low maintenance plants, So I decided not to add any stem plants in this aquarium because they require trimming. I just added a couple of different crypts that were transferred from established aquariums. So when you are transferring crypts like this, you can expect some melt, and usually it's always between 10 and 50% of the plants that will melt. Also, I added only one Anubias, you can see there between the stones, and that's it for the plants. So no stem plants, no trimming. And regarding the crypts, it's been almost 6 months since this aquarium has been established, and I didn't trim the plants, so 0 trimmings in 6 months. Also, I added used soil in the background and a couple of root tubs, but if I were to continue with this aquarium, I would continue adding root tubs every 6 months, and that would definitely improve the growth of the crypts. By keeping the light brightness at only 2%, I was able to avoid most of the algae. The only algae that appeared is brown algae or diatom algae, and you can see all the stones are covered in it and they have a brown tint. You can easily clean it if you want with a brush, but I didn't want to bother with that because to me this looks more natural. If you remember, the stones had more white color at the beginning. Now they look dirty, and to be honest, I prefer this look more. Now let's talk about the maintenance. As you can see, the aquarium looks well maintained. I did weekly water change of only 10%, but I changed the water every week. The glass was mainly kept algae free, but I had to clean it let's say once a month, and keeping the light levels low definitely helped that. Regarding trimming of the plants, as I mentioned before, I didn't trim any plants, so that was also saving me a lot of time. And I did gravel the vacuum once a month. As you can see, the gravel looks spotless, and I would say the whole maintenance took me 10 minutes a week, and I would say this is a pretty low maintenance aquarium, and I would definitely recommend creating something like this. And finally, let's talk about the stocking in this aquarium. The aquarium itself was created for gobies. I bred them last summer, first time, and I had 8 failed attempts at breeding them, but I was stubborn. I decided to breed them, and then in the end I got 40 something fry. I sold most of them on my website, and I'm going to keep these 5 as the next generation. I'm planning to breed them again this summer. I already see that I have one male. It is the one in the left corner. You can see him here. You can already see the yellow color, and it looks to me that this is the only male and the other 4 are females. So I was lucky enough to get males, actually male and females. So I will attempt to breed them again this summer and probably sell them again on my website. I didn't use any heater here, so the temperature in the fish room gets up to about 20 degrees Celsius. Gobies are very hardy fish. They can tolerate wide range of temperatures. I'm sure if I kept the heater, that would just increase their rate of growth, but they are almost 5 months old and I'm happy with how they are growing. Also, I had one Amano shrimp, and she's with me for almost 5 years, and I cannot believe that she's still alive. I had her in my first ever aquarium that I created on this YouTube channel, and for sure I will keep adding her in my future display aquariums. I was thinking maybe to add some other fish, and the plan was to add celestial Parudenius. That would be perfect for this aquarium. There is no heater here, and they can also stay in unheated aquarium. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough of them. As I'm selling fish, I sold most of them, and I just couldn't get 10 fish to add here. So the aquarium remained with the gobies only, so you could follow their adventures. So that's about it. As I mentioned before, you will definitely see gobies because I'm planning to breed them, so I will show them in one of my future videos. And this aquarium I'm going to break. Actually, I'm going to break the aquascape and create something new. Thank you for watching until the end, and see you in the next video.